Hola, benvinguts i benvingudes a un altre B2A, Business to Audience. Avui, directament des del Festival de SITGES, amb tots vosaltres, Julia Ducournau. Welcome, Julia.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you in the long list of filmmakers that are in B2A, explaining how media program it's been crucial as a little bit of financing in your three movies. Your three movies are being supported by the media program in development and or distribution, which is great. And I will ask you, because media supports as well training, and you started as a filmmaker in La Femis that has some projects supported by media. How was that experience in your career now that you have your own voice when you were preparing your short film, Junior?
Oh, Junior came actually 2 years, I believe, after I graduated from La Femis. Originally, when I entered the school, I wanted to be a screenwriter only because I have always written in my life, and I knew that I wanted to spend my whole life writing. And when I heard about La Femis and the fact that my parents gave me a big cinephilic education, I did A+B, and I thought, okay, I want to try this and I want to be a screenwriter. So I entered La Femis in the screenwriting department. But in the first year, you have the occasion to actually direct shorts yourself, even if you're not in the directing department. So you can borrow cameras and sound material at the store and stuff like this, because there's a store at the school. So that's what I did. And when I did my first stupid little short in first year, I realized that actually the writing was not finished with the script, that the script was only the basis for writing, and that you kept on writing the film with the camera, with the direction of actors, and with every choice that you make on a set, basically, and in post-production. So for me, all this is extremely linked. It's the same continuous movement, and that's why I'm a writer-director. And I think that's something that I would never have learned if I hadn't been in this school, if I hadn't had the opportunity to do some shorts and to try some things out. I think I would have thought that the writing was only concerning the script and it was done afterwards, which is totally not the case according to me. So it was a very, very pivotal moment in my life in the way I apprehend my work.
Great. Media supports as well festivals, and for you it's crucial. Your Junior was in La Semaine, but there is a matching point. I mean, between La Palme d'Or before and after, you have access to bigger budgets and potentially like Alpha other projects. How is the kind of before and after the Palme d'Or?
Yes and no. I think I agree with you in the sense that the Palme d'Or obviously gives you more visibility, and definitely I think made the financing of my film faster. However, as for me, you see, in my work as a writer-director, it didn't change anything in the sense that I didn't decide to make Alpha because I had the Palme d'Or with Titane, because there was some sort of pressure or things like this. The only pressure that I really felt is the pressure that I put on myself, and it was the same case after Raw. Going into Titane, I was putting pressure on me in order to try to get deeper into my storytelling, to try to open up to emotions more and more, which is because there is a clear, to me, path between Raw and Alpha through Titane that helped me opening up more as far as the frontality of emotions are concerned, and the sincerity also in the way that I expose my emotions in the film. So the Palme d'Or didn't change my train of thoughts or my train of work, if you wish. It did change things as far as let's say the outside engagement towards my films are concerned.
Media support distribution. For the European audiovisual ecosystem, it's really important to confront American movies to the cross-border appeal. But I see that your movies are really, as an author, filmmaker, how for you it's important to co-produce, like you co-produce with Belgium, in terms of having a chance to travel more and reaching bigger audiences. This is a question that I propose to other filmmakers.
Yeah, I understand.
But in your case, after the Palme d'Or is quite, because already Palme d'Or is giving you the kind of a spot?
Well, to be honest, for me, the reason why I still co-produce with Jean-Yves Robin from Fracas in Belgium is because, I mean, a big part of my crew, which has become my family through the years, is Belgian. So it makes total sense to keep co-producing just because I want to keep working with them, you know. And so to me, it's not at all a matter of, again, of finances, of money. It probably is for my producer, but not for me. It's really just because a part of my crew is Belgian and I want it to stay like this.
I have a question that it's very common and probably maybe you don't like it, but I have to do it because all filmmakers, they have different opinions. Media supports more than ever now, switching into technology, the concept of artificial intelligence, because your movies always are in another dimension. How you feel, how it's going to help you, or maybe not, or maybe yes, artificial intelligence in your future projects, or if the ecosystem will be affected by that?
Oh, I think the ecosystem will definitely be impacted by that, and it already started. We know that the SAG in Hollywood are on strikes many times because for many problems of copyrights, of like right to their own image and all this. And we know what the risks of AI are definitely, is that it's kind of like take over human work and changes forever the face of cinema, which would be, I think, a tragedy and is actually pretty scary. So I thank the unions in Hollywood for trying to moderate that and to put laws in order to somehow channel this tool with which we have to let's say use it. It's there, but it's good as long as it remains a tool, as long as it doesn't take over human work. And in Alpha, for example, the CGI crew used AI because the CGIs in Alpha are extremely precise. There are many of them and we're not supposed to see them. They are like disseminated all through the film, and they are an extremely precise work. I know that AI helped them a lot, but at no point I think that AI should replace my CGI crew with whom I've been working since my first film and who do a tremendous job, have the sensitivity that AI will not get, and with whom I can have actual artistic, creative conversation. So as long as AI remains a tool that is used by humans, I think that this is a healthy way to think it. If it's used in order to to spare money over the work of people, I think it's extremely wrong and immoral.
And we are almost finishing. Media is really concerned about the audience for the European audiovisual in the future. When you are thinking about your projects, you think in terms of where is your audience, because your movies always are spectacular visually, but always there is a message behind, which makes the movie so interesting. Like in Alpha, that you go somehow, like echoing in a dystopic world, the plague of the 80s. So in a way, there is a message. There is no emptiness at all in your movies.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't think that movies are supposed to bring out message. I think it's a retrospective thought that people can have on it. And I really, the way I see filmmaking is a way to start a dialogue, with the rest of the world very much. I'm not here to give any answers. I'm only here to raise questions. And I think that's the purpose of art, to constantly raise questions. As far as the question about the audience is concerned, well, you see, it's a complex one in the sense that when you're writing, when I'm writing, I'm not there to please people. I'm not there to be where people expect me, and I'm certainly not there to be where I expect myself. So I always try to dig into a zone of of unknown, a zone where I feel that there is a discomfort for me, that is dangerous for me to go into. And the more dangerous it is, the more, fertile it is, creatively speaking. I think that trying to reproduce the same recipes over and over again, it's not a good way to try to do something new, and it's not a good way to go forward. So I always tried, to in a way surprise myself, and in this movement, let's say, I'm projecting towards the audience. I said that the audience is always present in my mind because, as I said, it's a way for me to start a dialogue with the world and not only with myself. But at the same time, it's not something that I take into account in terms of whether they're gonna like the film or not. That's not the point for me. The point is really to try to get to a place that is gonna have people talking in between themselves, questioning what they have seen, and just sharing about it.
And it's great because you can see that authenticity in the screen as a film goer. And finally, the last question. Being a deep fan of music for films, I am really delighted in how you pick up that music in a diegetic way that you're using for certain scenes. So when you were writing or thinking in your mind the design of what your plan to show on a screen, how you think the effect of the music, the songs that you apply, because in Alpha and Titane, of course.
And in Raw as well. I always work the same way with music. The songs are in the script. I think about them while I'm writing, and I put them in the script, and I'm never gonna change them. It's not a whim. It's not something that I do just because I like the song or just because it reminds me of something or a certain feeling. I use the songs because of the lyrics. And the lyrics are always used in order for us to hear the inner voices of my characters. So it's like the songs talk for my characters. In many ways, like with Let It Happen, it happens in Alpha at a moment where she realizes that she's gonna have to relive the trauma that she has been to, and that's the only way to put a term to the transmission of that trauma and to let it behind. And that's why when the song goes Let It Happen, I really truly believe that Alpha thinks to herself that she has to let it happen, she has to let it go in order to be over with this trauma. So all the songs that I use are there in the script. I usually use them entirely, which makes it quite hard for my musical supervisor because I like to use big hits that, as we know, are very expensive, and especially when you use them entirely. And that's why also I think it's a good thing that we know from the get-go how much, we can put in terms of budget and stuff like this, because again, I'm never going to change my mind about it in editing. And I like to use big hits because I think that they are the best way for the audience to actually share something together, because we all have our own memories that are linked to a big hit, a big song that everyone knows. And I think it's a great way to share this energy together.
So that's all. It's for all of you. It was Julia Ducournau. Thank you very much for being with us. A Creative Europe media program is really happy to have you in this long collection of filmmakers in B2A, business to audience. And we wait for you. Us esperem de nou amb la propera entrevista dintre del Festival Clam de Manresa. Mireu per YouTube i trobareu l'entrevista amb el proper cineasta. Gràcies i fins aviat. Thank you.
Gràcies.